We are back with another fresh look at an upcoming character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this week we're going to be taking a look at Davos, aka the Steel Serpent. So sit back, grab a Coke because Pepsi is gross, or an adult beverage and get ready to learn all the information that you need in order to keep you ahead of the comic book game. The original Steel Serpent was a one-shot character who made his debut in The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu number 10. Again, being a one-shot character, he never really reappeared, and we don't know much about him. However, this video will focus on the Steel Serpent Iron Fist fans know. For those of you who have seen Iron Fist Season 1, you may realize this already, but you've already seen the Steel Serpent. Davos, Iron Fist's friend and native of Kunlun, goes on to become the dreaded rival and arch-enemy of Iron Fist. This character made his first debut in Iron Fist number 1 from 1974. Davos is the son of Lei Kung the Thunderer. A brilliant student of martial arts, Davos was one of the final two candidates who were allowed to challenge for the power of Iron Fist, but he was ultimately defeated in single combat by Wendell Rand, Danny Rand's father, and the adopted son of Kunlun's ruler, Lord Tuan. Yes, the comic book origins of these characters and their backstories are a little bit different than what you might remember from the show, so you're going to have to kind of deal with that. Davos eventually attempts to defeat the dragon Xiao Lao without successfully claiming the right to do so, and he fails miserably and returns to Kunlun a disgrace, and he is then exiled to Earth. Wendell Rand leaves Kunlun the same day without having confronted the dragon either, despite the fact that he had earned the right to do so. 20 years later, Wendell's son Danny Rand succeeds in winning the Iron Fist power and soon afterwards also returns to Earth. Keeping in mind, in the show, Danny and Davos battle for the right to face Xiao Lao, and Danny does defeat him, a scene that we're supposed to witness in Scene 2 via a flashback. The Steel Serpent does eventually track down Iron Fist in New York, and he steals his power, eventually dying because his body can't handle it. Davos' spirit was cast into a realm accessible from the Anomaly Gem. He does eventually free himself, and he battles Iron Fist, again stealing his power. Davos then returns to Kunlun and takes over the city. Lei Kung, allied with Iron Fist, eventually defeats Davos and restores UT as the ruler. Steel Serpent is later resurrected during the amazing Matt Fraction run of Immortal Iron Fist. His power is amplified by his ability to consume the life force of other beings, most notably Crane Mother's daughters. At this point, Davos aligns himself with Crane Mother and Hydra in order to defeat Iron Fist and Randall Orson. This run of comics introduces the idea that Kunlun is one of the 7 capital cities of heaven, and also during this run, Davos enters a martial arts tournament representing Kun-Zi, where he takes on the name Steel Phoenix. Eventually, Davos' father becomes the new ruler of Kunlun during a rebellion and challenges Davos to change his ways. Davos becomes the guardian of the egg of Xiao Lao, the dragon who's destined to be reborn to fight the next Iron Fist. Now, when it comes to powers and abilities, Davos doesn't really have any otherworldly abilities. He's a master martial artist who's been able to defeat Danny Rand multiple times. However, overall, he's usually just a man. His power has been amplified by absorbing the power of Iron Fist, and he's also amplified his power by absorbing the powers of Crane Mother's daughters, but that's kind of limited. Ultimately, the Steel Serpent is a failed version of Iron Fist, a man fueled by revenge, and revenge against Danny Rand for being better than him specifically. This character is another classic example of heroes whose main rival is a corrupted version of themselves. Nonetheless, Steel Serpent was an amazing character in the comics and should make a much better antagonist for Season 2 of Iron Fist. That is about it for this video, and if you learned a lot, please share this with your friends and consider liking and subscribing. Also check out our Patreon so that we can keep making videos for you that aren't terrible. This has been Nick from Key Issues, and you know the motto, comics over everything.